Hey, this is Chris, keeping it real, facts over fear. Is there anything that you can go to the store and just buy anymore? I'm being somewhat facetious, but it seems like every time I turn around, something else is in short supply. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's like all kinds of little things. You go to the store, it's not on the shelf, you can't find it. Like last week I went into Lowe's, or 2 weeks ago I went into Lowe's. There was no drywall mud. That's kind of important if you're hanging drywall to have some drywall mud to be able to finish it. Fortunately, I was able to go to the local hardware store and find their last bucket so I could complete that job. But it's crazy, and I don't understand why we can't come to grips with exactly why we're having all these shortages. And it's because there's a lot of people on unemployment who are still getting. Well, first of all, they're still getting their state unemployment, and then they are, on top of that, they're getting another $300 a week. And I don't know what the name of the program is exactly. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people getting a substantial amount of money, and they're just not going back to work. I mean, it's as simple as that. If the government was, well, first of all, if they would start means testing it, because I didn't know this, but I think it's pretty much true for every state. You didn't really have to look for work. Of course, I guess the assumption was, there was no work to be had because everyone's shut down. But everybody's open now, and they're still talking about running this program until September, and so we're going to have 2 more months of shortages. This is why you see the signs. I've seen many signs that I've never seen before in my entire life. Sign-on bonuses to work at restaurants. $200 sign-on bonus. I can't remember which restaurant it was, but I think most every restaurant is doing that. The big chicken processing plant, Pilgrim, down in Louisiana or somewhere like that. $2,000 or $3,000 sign-on bonus. Amazon. On the radio. Well, I don't know if they're on the radio. I listen to iHeartRadio, and they've been running steadily ads for workers. Every time you start a new podcast, there's an ad, and usually it's them. Big sign-on bonus. Wages up to $20 an hour. Of course, now it's up to, so you never really know what that means, but that's what's going on. I mean, and so this kind of thing is going on along the entire supply chain in the United States, because everybody's getting that money. And so it's to me, it's a sad commentary on the state of Americans when they don't have enough pride in themselves to just go back to work. Everybody's just, let's see how much money we can get. It's almost like another example of welfare. I mean, it's just, that's what it feels like. It's just wellness. And, if they could keep it going, they probably would. And so this is having negative effects. I did a video on inflation I guess it's been a couple weeks now. All this money that's being dumped into it, and it's still continually being dumped, because that's just money being made, printed out of thin air. It's not even being printed. It's just being added to your bank ledger, or people who are getting this assistance. And the cost of everything is going up, and there's a labor shortage, and there's the reason why is because of all this unemployment that's still going on. And that's exactly it. And there's no other reason there's really no other reason you need to look for. I know economists will say, well, no, something, blah, blah, blah. No, this is what it is. It's time to apply a little common sense to what's going on. So, I think, what should you do? What should we be doing? Well, as much as possible, you need to wait until this unemployment thing runs out, and then people will have to start going back to work, and then prices are going to come down, because there's going to be real competition for jobs again. And so the wages will go back. Well, I don't know. The wages may or may not go back. Well, they will eventually. Or companies will go out of business because they can't afford to pay their workers then, right? There's no free lunch in this. You don't just get to make all the money you want doing some job that doesn't require any education or any real skill. I'm sorry. denigrating people who get out and work for any reason, but you know, there's a ceiling. You know. Anyway, those are my thoughts on that. If you got any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. We appreciate when you do, and we'll see you on the next Fact Filled video.